Hey y'all, and welcome to the video. My name's Mac, and for this one we're doing a vlog style video, and the main goal that I have today is to go pick up the trailer and bring it home. It's a hot summer day. I personally don't really feel like being out here doing this, but it's going to be cool for comparison because we haven't driven the truck in non-stock configuration in a really hot summer day. So I want to see what the coolant temps do because it kind of struggled with high coolant temps when it was stock. So we're going to see how it does today. I'm hoping it doesn't rain, that way it doesn't cool off on me. I'd rather it stay hot. It's about 93, 94 Fahrenheit. And for me, the heat index, I don't know what it is, 105. It's pretty hot. You know, not the hottest day in the world, but hot enough. So let's hop in the 6.7. The 6.7 is going to be tapped for this one. And we'll go get hooked up. It's also going to be really interesting with that toolbox because it's kind of tall, and I haven't tried to see if it clears the gooseneck overhang part of the trailer yet. So that's going to be, I brought the tape measure so that we can kind of figure that out before we take off. This is the main part that I didn't want to do on a 95-degree day. It takes about, I don't know, 30 or 35 turns to get it from camping mode into hooking up mode. Let me guess, we gotta come back 2 more inches. Yep. What the heck? Lined up, just gotta come straight back. Alright, so we're hooked up. We need to make sure not to hit a tree this time. We made that mistake last time. I think we'll fold the mirror in and be good there. That one tire was stuck on a center block and I didn't know. I spun my wheels a little in the back, put it in 4-wheel drive, and we're good to go here. Now I think this clears. Eyeball test says it clears by at least 3 inches or so. So I think we're gonna be okay to pull it without hitting the toolbox. We can get the tape measure out anyways. Back end of the truck looks like it's sitting higher than the front. So if we raise the front a little, we wanna have a little breathing room. We are officially ready to roll out. Oh man. I'm soaked. Give this truck a little highway run. Let's see what we got as far as temps go. G56 manual, of course. 6.7 Cummins, 09 model year truck. And the trailer is an 87 Ponderosa. It's a gooseneck. It's 24 feet long. And It's a steel one. I think it weighs about 8,000 pounds or so, but I have a bunch of cut wood in there, I think, that's probably weighing it down a little bit. I've towed this trailer with the truck once before, since it's been one trip with it, since it's been in non-stock form, and this is going to be my first time doing it in hot weather. So let's get out onto the highway where we can do about 65 miles an hour and do a comparison on what the coolant temps are. Okay, here we are cruising. Cruise control is set. 65 miles an hour. Coolant temps are about 195-ish, which is pretty comparable to when the truck was stock and not in regen mode, although maybe a degree or two cooler. And I think the thermostat's a 190 degree thermostat. But when the truck was stock and it was in regen mode, the fan clutch would be really loud right now. It would be engaged, and the temperature would be around the 205 to 210 mark. We don't have to worry about that anymore. But under regular condition, I would say it's just only a small difference, which kind of surprises me because the lack of an EGR cooler should relieve the cooling system of some stress. So what that tells me is the cooling system was at least designed well enough to work with the EGR cooler. We're another mile or two down the road right now. It actually looks like the coolant temp has come down closer to 190. It's fluctuating a little bit, but it definitely seems a little bit cooler than it was just a few minutes ago. That's good to see as well. We've been cruising for about 5 miles, 6 miles now. So during the first clip, we might have been up to speed for 2 or 3 miles, and that's it. Well, looks like we're going to beat out the storm. Maybe not by much, but managed to make it without rain so far. Here's a little walk around for you. A 6.7 engine running really nice. Backing the trailer up went better than it ever has, I think. I put it here first try, and moved the 03 over to the other bay so it wouldn't get parked in. But I am thrilled that I did a decent job backing the trailer up for once. Also, great news, there is officially about 5 inches of clearance over even this tall toolbox. So this gooseneck probably sits higher above the bed rails than a lot of fifth wheels would, and that's why it ends up working really well with this toolbox. I thought it'd be closer than it was, but no problems at all with the toolbox, so I'm thrilled about that too. Okay, we are up on top of the trailer now. This is the main reason I brought it home. I need to do some testing and some preparation on it for it to actually get used this year on a camping trip and fishing trip. And so far, I've been sidelined on that trip or doing any trips this summer because I ended up hurting my back or something. Did something to myself, and I've been completely demotivated from doing anything until recently. I've been a little bit better over the last couple of weeks. So what I'm doing is I'm taking the cover off the top of the AC unit, and we're going to take a look inside because, well, if you watched my last vlog with the trailer, which was actually the last time I actually towed the trailer, you'll have seen that I had to remove the radiator fan on that compressor shaft deal, you know what I mean, to cool the radiator. And so I tested it for like 10 minutes running the AC, and this actually got hot, but I didn't get to test it with my little box fan until because it wasn't warm weather. It was cold. Now it's 90 degrees, so this is going to put it to the test to see if it's going to be good for actually camping with. Come on now. It's old 1987 unit. can see why I didn't want to do this with a bad back. We got a lot of pine needles in this thing. All right. So here's where the fan used to be on this rusted out shaft. I didn't mean compressor. Whatever that is, looks like an alternator kind of thing. Here's a compressor. So we need to get some airflow over this, and I figured this fan is roughly the size of the fan that I took off of here. So the question is, can we get some airflow? Now from this side, you can see it's like a pocket in here, and there's a whole area over there too. When air was blowing through, it was getting blown all inside this fan shroud. The question is, can we blow air from the opposite direction through here? And do I need 2 of these to do it? Because I will set up 2 of them if I need to. So we're gonna figure that out. First thing I'm gonna do is just hook up the fan here, and I might even be able to use this outdoor switch for it, and we'll go from there. Well, so far it seems like this is a little on the hot side. And all right, we brought in the big guns now. See if this can keep it cool enough. One little fan was definitely not enough, but maybe the AC has other issues. Yeah, what's going on here? It's not hot. It's not nearly as hot as it was. Yeah, I'm not sure what's up with the compressor. But yeah, it runs for about 2 or 3 minutes and then it conks out like that. All right, I kick back on again. I think it might be just that this thing's a little on the hot side from not having enough cooling at first. So we'll see, I got this fan over on this side blowing straight on it now. See if that'll work. Well, I'm gonna leave that compressor cool off for probably a couple of hours. Probably be dark till I try it again. If that doesn't work, if it still conks out on me after 2-3 minutes, I say the AC's as good as done, and this is going to be a winter only rig. But that brings me to the next thing. It's like, hey, this trailer hasn't been on a video in a while, and it's been a project that's kind of on the back burner. Bought this trailer at the end of 2018, and it's been a good trailer. I've thought about listing it for sale, but I think I'm going to keep it for one more winter at least. What do I got going on with this thing? Especially for those who've never seen it. This room, I've still got all the horse stuff, the saddle racks, the slants, got all that still. Just removed it for more space. So here, this is like an interior storage area, and I've just got some tools like my axe. I've got chainsaw oil and tarp and different things, and of course some firewood here that I cut last spring that's drying out for this winter. And then in the back section here, this is like my utility section, so I can store things here. I've got all this wood that came from my dock that got destroyed during Hurricane Zeta. I'm gonna try and repurpose this wood for elevated shed project. So this would be the floor. And I've got all that tin that I hauled last spring for the roof and everything. So we could do a lot with stuff we already have. But back section here, got 2 chainsaws, a weed eater, some tarps. That's all I got in here right now. I've actually camped back here. I've set up a cot right here and camped on it. One time I did that in the rain, and it was like one of the coolest camping outings I've ever done. You had the rain on the metal roof here. I had a tarp up here to keep water from getting blown on me, and I stayed dry here, and I slept really good that night. That's all I know. It was perfect. It was like maybe 55, 60 degrees out. That was one of my favorite camping outings, and I didn't even camp in the sleeper section. We will get to the interior here now that I'm on this side, exterior wise. The paint is okay. It's got a little bit of rust. Tires are good. Tires are pretty new, in good shape. It's got trailer brakes. Spare tires in great shape too. my rust concerns, not much rust on this side. This side's pretty good. A little bit of rust on the bottom of this door. And a little bit of rust there. It's mostly surface rust there though. And then up here, it looks a little rough. You got a couple holes there. But besides that, let's see. Yeah, that all looks good to me. Exterior wise, it's in pretty good shape. These chains here, trailer never came with chains. These are just welded there. I mean, it's a nice touch, I guess. Previous owner did that, but I'll take them. Chains, usually you have them on goosenecks. And then the living section. This was a project, so there was all this trim work here and so forth that I removed. Thought about replacing it with something else, but I ended up just leaving this insulation exposed, and all this wood is here ready for things to be mounted to it. So you could put trim or whatever in here. I did this insulation, patched up the insulation, see if I could make it better. And I did make it better. Also fixed a few roof leaks. Haven't seen any leaks this year in the roof, so happy with that. There used to be one here, you can tell, but it's really dry, and we were in a very rainy climate here. I redid all the electrical, rewired all this stuff. Had to remove it when I removed the walls. And I added this full mattress. It's like basically brand new. And I got my coffee maker in here, so when I do camp at Boondock, I will fire the generator up and make coffee and things like that. The generator, I've got that little generator. It'll do anything in this trailer besides run the AC. It'll even do the heat just fine. Storage space, I've got a little folding table in here and a chair to hang out. This trailer is really basic. No kitchen, no bathroom, but it's meant kind of for a little bit rougher of an experience, but not quite tent camping, because you do have a climate controlled place and a full-size mattress to sleep on. More storage here. And that's it. Interior, it's not finished. I do have this in the window. That's really all that needs walls. That's about it. But yeah, as far as camping, it's a pretty basic camping experience, but I like it because it's a multi-purpose trailer. I got the utility in the back. I've got the camping part in the front, so I can use it for two different reasons. It's one of the reasons why I got it. Anyways, I don't know that I'm going to actually finish the interior, but I do want to take the trailer on a trip, or at least do some boondocking in it this winter. So I've got something to do with it. I was hoping that we get this AC going and that these fans up there would do the trick. Let me take another peek at it, because I actually put the shroud back on top there to try and see if I can circulate some air inside there. That might work. I'm gonna really have to just let that compressor cool off for a couple hours, and we're gonna see. If I can get it to work, I will take this on a trip in October, and I'll do a video on it. Quick wash on the truck and trailer. It's not often that I get to wash down the trailer like that. Looks a bit better. Got a lot of that moss or whatever was growing on it off. Almost ready to try round 2 on the AC. Do another 30 minutes or so, and I'll come out and give it one more shot. Okay, here we are trying this out again. I have a feeling it's not going to work. It's running great for now. Compressor kicked on and it's cooling in there. But it seemed like the compressor had cooled down reasonably. I mean, it was barely warmer than room temp. So I'm thinking it's got a fresh start here. And that large fan does do a good job keeping the radiator cool, keeps the radiator at roughly room temp. So I'm pretty happy with how well that large fan's doing. But the AC may have other issues that I wasn't aware of. So if it conks out on me, that's probably what it is. I got some pretty good news. This is as long as it's run without any problems. It's been about 6 minutes and it still has not broke down on me, and the compressor feels mildly warm to the touch. I think it's pretty mild, so I think it's working. Well, I had my hopes up, but this ended up getting pretty warm. It's pretty hot, almost too hot to touch. That's just a disappointment because it ran for about 7 or 8 minutes this time before it did that. And I'm not sure what it is with it. Just overheated. This is cool. This is not warm at all. So I really don't know about this thing. Well, it's the next day. Brought the trailer back. Had a little bit of a time backing it in like usual. I did not design this driveway right. I should not have put a little bend in the end here. Got trees are too close. Probably should cut these trees out. And the end of the driveway is way too narrow with a steep ditch on each side. So it makes it difficult. Anyways, this is good enough for the trailer. It'll sit here, you know, unless I decide to move it. And as far as the AC goes, I think I've been defeated on the AC. Maybe it needs more coolant in it. I think it's got plenty of Freon. It works well for those 5, 6, 7 minutes before it stalls out on me. I thought those fans would be enough, and it seemed like the fans were working, but don't know. So, options. Replace it with a new rooftop AC. That's probably not going to happen. I don't want to put that kind of money into this trailer. Option 2, my buddy's got a portable AC. I may try and rig that up. If I can rig it up for this window here to pipe the exhaust out, that could work. Option 3 is to cut a hole in the back wall for a window AC, which I know my generator can run a window AC, so that would be nice, but I don't want to cut any holes back there. And option 4 is just use the trailer in the winter, which is probably my best option. And since it's we're about 2.5 months away from possibly getting down here for some boondocking, so not too far off there. But I think that's where I'm going to end the video today. The 6.7 did a great job as usual with this trailer. It's almost like it's not behind the truck at all. It's really, besides when you first take off, you don't really feel the weight hardly at all. It's nice in here. Nice in here. Well, that's going to be it for me. Hope you all enjoyed the video. I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.